I've actually got my students that I've taken on a total of 38 rent-to-rent service accommodation properties in this area and also the surrounding areas as well. So what I wanted to do, I wanted to give you a tour of some of these properties just to give you an idea of the different types of properties that you can take on as service accommodation, to give you a better understanding of who you can get to book your service accommodation, along with so much more. So right now we're just standing outside of one of their 4-bedroom properties. Come through, we'll take a look. Okay, cool. So in terms of the rent for this property right here, how much are you actually paying?
So we pay £850 per calendar month on this property, and we also negotiated no deposit as well.
So £850 per month for a 4-bed.
Yeah, that's right.
That is extremely. I mean, you don't even get a room for that in London.
Yeah, and this is like town centre as well, so it's really good location for all the bars, restaurants, shops, for everyone. So yeah.
Okay, and £850 per month you're paying in rent with bills. Let's say that's an extra what? £300 maybe?
Yeah, about £350.
Okay,
yeah.
£350. So we're just inside of the living room of this property right now. Lauren, tell us a little bit more about this property right here.
Yeah, so this property right here is a 4-bed townhouse in Whitehaven. It appeals mainly to the contractor market, everything from construction workers, telecoms, wind farm contractors. It also appeals to the larger families on the weekend, so people visiting the area for holidays and things. And yeah, overall, it's a well-rounded property and it does really well for us.
So in terms of the living room right now, I mean, the property itself looks it looks good, but it doesn't look, like your typical service accommodation, short-term rental, Airbnb. What made you go for a more modest look as opposed to a more, high-end luxury type of look?
Again, costings. So this one came fully furnished, so a lot of the look we inherited and didn't have to spend any money on, but a lot of the contractor places that we do decorate, we don't need to spend money on luxury items. The contractors are not booking the place because it's got luxury sofas and luxury rugs in. They want them somewhere that's for a good price, clean and tidy. So that's the look that we've gone for.
So how booked up would you say this property actually is?
This property is booked up every Monday to Friday, most weekends as well. A few gaps in between. It's roughly booked for about 82% of the month, which approximately equates to about 25 days of the month that it's booked up for.
And that's not just, is that just for this month or has that been for other months as well?
No, that's been continuously since we took the property.
So how much would you say you actually let out this property on a night-by-night basis?
Yeah, so this property goes for around £120 per night, up until about £140 per night, depending on season. We always charge the cleaning and laundry to the guests as well, so that's added on top. So it's a really profitable property.
Okay, and so that would mean someone would only have to book, let's say 8 to 9 days for you to make your money back,
Yeah.
to cover the rent and also the bills as well, and the
Yeah.
rest of the days after that are complete profit.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. And on top of that as well, this place came fully furnished. So all the furniture you see in this room and all the other bedrooms, living room, everything came with the property for the £850.
Okay, and on average, how much would you say this property generates you per month in profit?
So it's about 1,100 per month in profit.
Okay, that is insane.
Yeah, it's definitely one of our favourite properties.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, we've got another property around the corner that attracts a different type of guest. So I think you'd be interested to come and check that one out.
Well, let's go.
Come on, follow me. So we're just standing outside a block of apartments that contains 6 of our apartments. They're luxury, high-end apartments that tailor towards the corporate client market. They have a very high occupancy because they've got views of the harbour, they've got private underground parking. So why don't we go in and check them out?
Let's go.
It's the other door.
Alright. So what's the rent that you're actually paying for these properties right here?
Yeah, so in this block of flats we've got a mixture of 1 beds and 2 beds. The 1 beds we pay about £900 per month for, and the 2 beds are approximately £1,000 per month.
How was you able to secure 6 rent-to-rent deals in a single block?
Yeah, so it started off with a 1-bed flat that was through an estate agent. It came up for rent through the estate agents, got in touch. She then showed us the viewing, and that one went directly through the estate agents itself. And then later down the line, the landlord contacted me direct. He owns 7 of the apartments in the block. He wanted to go with a company for the rent because it was easier rentals for him, which then obviously that's where we played our part. So over time, as people were leaving their apartments, he just kept handing us more.
Okay. And how many properties in total are actually in this block right here?
So there's 14 apartments in the block, 7 which are privately owned, and then 7 which he has. So we currently have 6 of them, and we'll look to take the 7th very soon.
By the way, guys, if you are interested in learning more about how to kickstart a rent-to-rent service accommodation business, you're in need of more help, more support, I've left a link down below in the description box for you to schedule in a call with us to see how we can best help you with building this business right here. Okay, and I can see with these apartments that they are, quite luxury, quite high standard. What types of people do you usually get booking these types of apartments?
Yeah, so the main clientele that comes to these apartments are more corporate clients, business owners that have come into the area to look for projects and things. We've got a nuclear power site, so we get a lot of directors coming for that. So it is mainly business that come here. Obviously, peak season, you do get your holidays as well, with it being located on the harbour. It's in a really nice area of the town. But yeah, so mainly corporate clients.
Okay, and of course you guys have a number of properties around this area and surrounding areas. What properties do you feel like are your biggest money generators? And for those properties, who do they cater to?
Yeah,
That's a good question, isn't it?
it is, yeah.
Yeah, I'd say our biggest money generators in terms of profits would be the 4 beds.
Yeah, definitely the bigger properties. The bigger the property, the bigger the profits, basically. And they're like all year round as well.
Okay, so in what time frame did you end up taking all 6 rent-to-rent deals in this single block?
So obviously we got the first one July last year, and then within a few months we took on a 2-bed within this block. And then because of how well we were looking after the property, the owner had been monitoring us, and then he got in touch because he loved what we were doing with the property. He loved that we was getting his rent every month on time. And then within the last couple of months, we took on 4 more. So we went up to 6 within the last few months, just because of how well we've done with the first 2, for us and for the owner.
Okay. So in terms of some of the other deals that you guys have taken on that you'd either spent very little money on or no money on, could you kind of speak on that a little bit? Because, there is a misconception that when you are taking on rent-to-rent deals, like you do need quite a bit of money there.
Yeah, well, this flat that we're in right now is one of the ones that we took on for very, very little money, because the owner really wanted us to take the 4 at the same time, and obviously taking 4 rent-to-rent deals at the same time, it could be costly. So we sat down, had a meeting with him and just explained our reservations, and he wanted to work with us so much. He said, well, any bits of furniture that need replacing, you point them out to me and I'll replace them at my expense, because I know once they're in, you guys are going to look after them and keep it to that show home standard. So these ones we got them going for first month's rent, and then because it should have been £1,000 deposit per flat, £4,000 sitting doing nothing, we negotiated that, and he just said, well, give me a couple £100 just to sub a bond down, and then you can have all 4. So he basically waived the deposit as well. So like this one right here, this 1 bed, the rent's 900. That's it. That's what we paid, £900. We had to buy towels, bedding.
Paid about £500 to
top.
equip it for serviced accommodation, to make sure the kitchen had everything, and obviously the decorative pieces.
So this property we're standing in right now, this rent-to-rent deal, you're taking it on for £1,400.
Yeah, pretty much. And even better, we already had bookings, because we knew they were coming, and we had one similar. We just duplicated our listing in a way, got it going, so we could just had to replace the photos of the different furniture. So we'd taken bookings on it before we even had the keys. So we were going to spend £1,400, but we'd already took direct bookings as well through, because we knew we were getting them.
Okay. Do you think because you were able to take on properties at such a low upfront cost, that allowed you to scale a lot quicker in a short space of time?
Oh, massively, yeah. It really does help if you can negotiate no deposit. Obviously, if the property comes furnished, that's a big bulk of your upfront cost when you're taking on a rent-to-rent.
How many rent-to-rent deals have you taken on to where you spent anywhere between £1,500 to £3,000 for a single deal.
I actually worked this out the other day. So 27 of our deals came fully furnished. Now, obviously, to all different standards. So some needed to replace more than others, but that was the bulk of how many came furnished.
So you took on 27 rent-to-rent deals, and for all of those deals, you spent anywhere between £1,500 up to £3,000 per deal.
Yeah. So obviously we didn't do that all at once though. So we took a couple on, and then any profits from that we were able to reinvest it. So we didn't take any money out at first. We were just reinvesting. So that allowed the faster scale up to where we're now at 38 properties.
And obviously, to be able to do that, we were both working full-time jobs. So that's how we were able to just literally every penny of profit reinvest it into more cash flowing properties until we got to a point that we could then say, right, we're financially free, we can leave our jobs. So that was like the plan. Keep reinvesting, putting that money to work, putting the profit to work.
So we're standing outside our latest property right now. It's a new project for us. It's a 7-bed manor house, slightly different target market to what we're used to, but yeah, 7 double bedrooms. It's got 4 bathrooms, and it's more luxury. So it's got a hot tub, it's got a pool table, it's got big dining areas. So it's a really well-rounded property, to be fair.
Okay, and it's got this massive garden space as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got big plans for the garden. Currently, obviously, right now it's overgrown and looks a bit of a mess, but we are going to even it all off and put some new features in place so that the garden is well suited to the property as well, and guests can make use of it then as well.
So this property itself is also in Whitehaven.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
How much is the rent for this 7-bedroom manor house?
Yeah, so the rent on this one is £3,500. Quite a bit more than what we're used to here in Whitehaven. Obviously, further down the country, this is more the normal going rate. But the profits per month will make up for that because of the nightly rate that we can charge on this property.
And what is the nightly rate that you can charge on that property?
So low season, it's about £350 to £400 per night. High season, you're talking more the £500 to £600 range.
Okay,
Yeah.
and in terms of profits per month that you're expecting to make, like bare minimum all the way up until like, okay, high seasons, how much would you say?
Yeah, so on average we're going to be looking between £2,000 and £2,500 per calendar month in pure profit.
So who would be the types of people that would be looking to actually book this type of property right here?
Yeah, so the main clientele for this property will be more holidayers, people coming to the area for a more luxury stay. So it's a bit of a different target market to what we're used to, because obviously we're used to like contractor pads and stuff. However, this is going to be a luxury holiday stay.
So guys, that concludes the tour right there. As I said, my clients right here, Lauren and Leon, have taken on a total of 38 rent-to-rent service accommodation deals in the Whitehaven area, generating them around £35,000 per month in profit. Now again, I wanted to show this to you because there is a mixture of different types of properties that they've taken on, you know, from properties that are solely for contractors to other properties that are mainly for corporate professionals and business travelers to properties that solely focus on holiday lets. So this should give you a good indication as to what types of properties that you could go for, and also give you a good idea that, you know, with service accommodation, this could work well for all types of target audiences, not just specific ones. By the way, guys, if you are interested in learning more about how to kickstart a rent-to-rent service accommodation business, you're in need of more help, more support, I've left a link down below in the description box for you to schedule in a call with us to see how we can best help you with building this business right here. But we'll let you go. I'm gonna catch you in the next video.